All right, hey guys, it's your boy MP. We are launching MP's Corner podcast. I want to get this on 2 or 3 times a week. We'll mainly be talking about our league stuff, which are over in MP Elite, which you've seen this stuff. You can check out MaddensPlayers.com for any Maddens players or MP Elite or Vegas community gear. So make sure you guys check that out. On today's podcast, I want to talk about making a good league because there's a lot of people trying to make leagues, complaining there isn't good leagues and stuff. And I want to try and help you guys out. No, I'm not a know-it-all. No, I don't know everything. I've been doing leagues for over 10 years before they were even on the game. So topics that we're really going to talk about today are one, what to know when starting a league. Like, what do you need to know to start a league, all right? The other topic we're going to do is why do leagues die? Like, you see a lot of them die. We'll talk about why that is. And what program should you use to run your league? Those are pretty much the topics we're going to go over today. Feel free to stick around and check us out. We do stream twitch.tv/MaddensPlayers. I do a whole bunch of streams. It's not really like narrowed down. It's pretty much I stream Madden. I play Connected Career Leagues. I do tournaments. There's a lot of stuff. So anyways, back to MP's Corners podcast. The first topic here, what to know when starting a league. There's a few things you guys are going to want to know when starting a league is how do you want the league to run? What rules do you want? A lot of the problem is I see you guys in chats and stuff and posts, man, that person booted me because of this and that and this. I'm going to start my own league. Boom. Starting a league out of anger is never going to end up well. It's not going to work, man. My advice to anyone that wants to start their own league is learn about how leagues work. And it doesn't mean go to a post that says, me and a buddy want to start a league, starts tonight, here's a username and password, get in. Those leagues, 99.9% of the time, aren't going to last because there's no structure. You guys it's just join and good luck. I call that a ranked league. You just throw your hat in there. And I've been there. Believe me, when I first started, I tried it too, and it failed miserably. And then I sat back and was like, well, what do I need to know? First things you need to know is there's different kinds of leagues. There's sim leagues, there's competitive leagues, there's random ass leagues, there's QB only leagues, there's whatever. You got to find whatever type of Madden you want. For me, I can play in both. I prefer to run a sim style league. It's just funner for me. I mean, I'm a lot older now. I'm 33. A lot of the old heads like me prefer to have a sim league, in my personal opinion. A lot of the younger people, they like the competitors, like the spin and sticks and all that stuff, whatever, which is perfectly fine. Doesn't matter if you have a comp or a sim, all right? The things you need to know is what rules do you want, right? So that way when the user joins, they can say, hey, what are your rules, right? You're going to look at the rules and be like, this is what they are. Don't violate them. Thank you. That's one thing you want to know. The other thing you want to know is how to protect your league. Because if you see those people just go, boom, I'm going to start up, here's the league, whatever, boom. Those are the people's leagues that get torn apart because everyone's got the password. Everyone knows it. They don't take the information from the user. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that I find wrong with that. And so my advice is, when you're starting a league, another thing you want to know is you want to know the user's information first. Don't just be like, oh, yeah, join the league. Good luck. Boom. Schedule your game. All right? You also want to make sure you have a good format. All right? Have a good advanced schedule. Maybe, there's leagues out there that are 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. You got to find out what is going to be good for you. If you and a buddy are running it or you got a committee or whatever, what are going to be good for the 3 of you, 4 of you, 6 of you, whatever there are, so you guys can advance the league. The number one thing people hate is waiting for an advance. I've been in leagues where they were 48 hours. It ended up being a 4-day advance. They lost about 6 people because people want to play. Now, the thing that you want to know is if you have all that set up and you got the rules set up, you got your schedule set up, you got a list of teams set up. My personal preference for me is I take the team that I like. I am always the Raiders in my league. I'm a Raiders fan. You can see Carr in the corner. I don't care if they suck. I don't care whatever. That is how I run my leagues. I take my favorite team and play with them. And then I use whoever's in the league longer to pick their team as they go along. That is how I run it. Now, other people do their own thing. All of a sudden, there's probably a ton of Cowboys fan that wants to be in and run a league. There's probably a ton of people that want to be the best team. A lot of the time, you'll find in bad leagues, the commissioner takes the best team and they're not even a fan of that team. I tend to stay away from those leagues, but there are a few that just like to use the teams. So there are those slight few, but a lot of the time, the good commissioners like to stick with their team. Like there's a guy that runs a PS4 league. He's one of the best commissioners I know. He's a Cowboys fan. The reason I respect him, when the Cowboys sucked on the game, guess who he was? The Cowboys. The Cowboys are good on the game now. He's still the Cowboys and stuff. But I'm saying is, you can tell he's genuine. He doesn't care about winning the league, kicking people out, whatever. He wants a fun environment. So the number one thing you got to know when you run or start a league is you want to know that you're having fun. You don't want to start it because you want to win and you want a trophy and you want this and that. Do not start a league if that's all you're into. If you want a good league that's going to run for a while, start it because you love league play. You want to bring people in that love league play. And now we're going to get into why do leagues die. The number one reason why leagues die is because of structure. And you can't fill them. So a lot of the time you'll see this. I'll show you. Excuse me. Like what I just talked about. Oh, me and a buddy starting up. Boom, let's go. There's no structure. If I get in that league, like what teams are open? What's the rules? When are the advances? How long you guys been here? Tons of questions, right? Like you have tons of questions. Problem is, if you're just starting it up and you don't know what you're doing, majority of the people that do know what they're doing aren't going to stay, right? The other reason is you'll see leagues that give their buddy stuff and not other people. They start getting what I call the buddy treatment. Like you log in, you'll see it all the time posted, whatever. Oh, I left because this person got X trait and this person got X trait and that person got X trait. The guy is trying to keep up with too many things. He's trying to help his buddy. He's trying to help someone else. And it just falls apart or whatever. My advice, don't give anyone any special treatment, right? I see you guys post about like traits coming to the league or whatever. That's different. Do that. But there's no reason why XYZ guy can get a trade approved and XYX guy can't. Like you got to have a standard structure and stuff to make sure that it's good. You also got to know how to go out and recruit and not give up. Like my league right now, I think there's like 20 league vets. A league vet in my league is someone that's been in the league one season or longer without any issues. I plan to get that to 27 this year because we just started the Xbox journey and stuff and the PS4 journey at the same time. The way that you keep the league going and active is you find the people that are inactive and you remove them. If you got someone that hasn't played a game or two, they ain't serious about your league, man. The problem is some of you keep 4 or 5 people that don't play their games and you don't say anything and then the other user doesn't play. That's 8 users right there that aren't playing in your league. That's half the games. So you got to be proactive. You see someone that's not playing their games, that's not following the rules or whatever, care. Be on them. I don't care if it's your best friend. Anyone knows in my league, I don't care if you're a league vet, just started, whatever. If you're not active, you get a message from me like, hey, you need to respond in this chat. And if I don't hear from you, you get removed. That's just me. I'm lenient in a lot of ways, but the number one thing is communication. If you don't have any communication in your league will die. Like say someone goes to join a league and texts the commissioner and he doesn't respond for 4 days. That league is gonna fucking die. Like the number one reason leagues die, and you see, hey, this league didn't last, is they don't have any form of communication. And you're looking in the wrong spot. I'm going to give you guys a big hint. It does not matter on this next, I'm going to throw the arrow up here at the same time because I'm going to talk about this. It does not matter what program you use. It does not matter. It matters how you use the program. Me myself, I love Discord. I can set it up perfectly. I have it all set up where it's set up for each week. I have it perfectly set up for me. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't run a Facebook one. I just can't run the Facebook one the way I can run a Discord one. I am in an actual underground MaddenUnderground.com one where they do use Facebook. They do that, and there's no problem with that. He runs it just fine, and it's perfect. There's another guy that I'm in the league where he uses GroupMe. So believe me, I'm in a Discord, a GroupMe, and a Facebook league that are all ran successfully because of number one reason: communication. There is communication in the league. People don't just join and be like, do whatever the hell you want. No, there's structure, there's communication. This is what you're looking for. When you guys post, hey, I started the league, come join it, whatever, the users are going to want to know what's going on. Like, that's the number one thing. What's going on? Who's open? Whatever. Number one response. Now, here's my personal preference. When I run a league or I want a person in my league, I do not want the person that messages me and says, hey, are they going to make playoffs? I classify those as league jumpers. Like, they only want the best team. That is why I give my league, whoever stays in the longest, perks such as picking the team first, stuff like that, because loyalty means everything. There's a lot of people that are in the Madden community that league jump. And you'll notice them because they will go into a league, they will ask for the best team, say, hey, is anyone traded? No? All right, they get in there and they make 10 trades right away. They lose the first game and jump. That's another reason why leagues die. You have to have some sort of trade rule to save the team but still allow the user to trade. I've been in leagues where there is no trade rule and they've done 25 trades and bounced, and that league was fucked. I've been in a league where you only get one trade per season until you're there X amount of years, and that works. Some people don't like that, but it is what it is. The number one thing a person asks when they join a league is the team intact? No issue with that question. The only issue I have is when you ask that question, you come in and you try and make 5 trades. Like, you just asked if the team was intact and you're going to make 7 trades? Like, come on. The people that I look for in my leagues personally are the ones who want to play the game. The ones who don't care what team they get, they want a ball, and then work their way up to get the team. To get the top teams in my league that people like and love, those are the people that have been with me forever and know that I rock and I do all this stuff. I don't care if you have a money league, a free league, or whatever, right? You have to have that legit. You have to have the program locked down. You have to have a structure and a way to go, or your league just isn't going to work. If you're new, here's my biggest advice for you guys wanting to start a league. And we're going to put that back up there since we circled around. Say you join a league and you hate it. I have no issue with someone coming in my league, playing a game and being like, I gave it a shot. I didn't like it. I appreciate the opportunity, and see you later. Those people I do not mind. The people I hate are the people that jump in the league, talk a bunch of shit, and then bounce. It's like, dude, you didn't even try. There's no point. The number one thing when you start a league is you have to know how leagues work. If you're new to how leagues work, my suggestion is to join a few. Jot down what you like, jot down what you don't like. So that way when you start a league, I didn't like this, I'm not going to put this in my league. I didn't like that, I'm not going to put that in my league. That is how you build a good league. When I first started, I'm going to give you all sit back and enjoy this little story. This is a pretty good story. When I first started discovering what leagues were, I was finishing being a pro. I made Virgin Gaming events and all this stuff, and I had all my stuff all over Madden's players. Oh, yeah. It was all good, right? I was like a kid at the time, 22, 23, whatever I was, right? I wanted something more than just to play people online because I kept you start dominating and stuff. people, even regular users, get on and start dominating. Then I started hearing about leagues. I'm like, oh man, this seems kind of cool. This could be something that can happen. I want to say it was like Madden 10 or 11, right? Something around there. I joined, and I didn't even know what a league was, right? It was like '08 actually, because '08's when it came out. So it was like '07, '08, right? I didn't know what it was. I joined. I ended up quitting the first game because I didn't know. I was able to quit in the regular user games, right? And I got a message like, "Dog, you can't do that." Da da da. Instead of getting mad like y'all do, I texted him back and I was like, "Well, can you explain? Like, I'm new to all this. What's up?" And he sat there and he explained it, and that's when GroupMe took off. Like, GroupMe jumped off. I ended up creating a league. It was Elite Gaming Gods, which sparked into MP Elite. We used to have a website. We were sponsored. We gave over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for Super Bowl winners. If you guys know who T.D. Barrett is, he's actually a major YouTube streamer now. He was in it. Back at the time, we had an association with Madden All Stars. I'm not going to talk anything about that, but they promoted the league too. We had big names, man, and that's what got me into doing leagues. So then I wanted my league to always be the best. So this is what I did, and this is no secret, and I don't care. Join a couple leagues and play in their leagues for a few seasons. Get to know them. Get to know how it works. And jot down what you like and don't like, and take it into your league or take it out of your league. Like, there's a lot of stuff in my league, if you're in it, I saw happen in other leagues. I was like, oh, I like that idea. That's a good idea. And I put it in mine. One of the things I liked was scheduling. I used to sit there every day back in the day and text people. Text them all the time, hey, you're matched up. Like, I would spend night and day. It would kill my wife because I'd be up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. just doing that. Now I have it set up where I can set it up in like 2 seconds and you got your own and it's all scheduled. It's pretty neat. But I'm saying the dedication it took back then to make what I am today was not just me sitting there and being like, oh, you know what? I'm going to start a league. Psh, hey, who wants to join? Sit there and be serious if you want to start a league, right? It doesn't have to be a money league. It can be a free league. It can be a buddy league. You don't even have to have all the teams filled if you just want to give it a try. There's leagues out there with only 16 people. Not mine. Mine are always full. But there are those leagues out there that want to try it out. And I always say, the average number of leagues you should be in if you work in your full time is 2 to 3. Excuse me. Depending on advance schedule. It's 2 to 3. If you have someone in the league and they have like 7 leagues and they're always late, my advice is to get rid of them. They're going to drive your users crazy or whatever. You're never going to start a league, ever. This is the biggest tip I can give you, ever, and keep 31 users the whole time. Because obviously you're number 32, right? I have never, ever been in a league where all 32 members were the same all the way through. Even in one of the ones I really like, where he has 5 leagues and he has like 500 players and he does whatever, rotates them through, there are still openings because there are still people out there that join a league, talk all that shit, get their ass handed to them, and leave and do the same thing over and over again. I call those league jumpers, which we discussed earlier. So in recap, in MP's Corner podcast today, this is what we learned. What to know when starting a league. You know, to first do your research, set up the rules, get all the back end stuff handled first, get the user's information before they join, so that way if something happens, you have evidence and all that stuff like that. And don't be a dick, man. Have fun, you know? Like, it is what it is. Don't allow a user to freaking totally demolish you, but don't be a dick. The other thing is, why do leagues die? We learned communication. You must have a communication skill. You can't just rely on XYZ to do whatever, because that's not going to work. You're the commissioner, or your buddies are, or whatever. You got to step in. Make sure these games get played. And if people leave, make sure you broadcast that you want to fill them. Those are the ones that people stay. What program should I use? entirely up to you. I use Discord for mine. If you use Facebook, that's good too. And GroupMe. I know there's other ones on like bands and all that stuff, but you got to find out what do you like, not what do your users like. You got to like put what you like, then explain it to the user, and they'll adjust. The good ones will adjust. So I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I want to talk about today. If you have any podcast recommendations you want me to go over, whether it's you're in my league or any things that I missed that you wanted me to cover, put them in the comments. Try and be respectful. You know, if you're a clown out there and you want to laugh at this podcast or comment, that's on you. But I just want to see people succeed. You know, like I don't want the person over there that's tired of these crappy leagues to try theirs and then just get sick of Madden. Like this is the side of Madden I love. Like I love this more than tournaments, right? This is just my thing. So I want to see it grow into something. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If not, hey, you could have hit next. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for watching. By the way, guys, check us out. MaddensPlayers.com. We got the MP Elite gear, Vegas Madden Community gear, which I run. I run that website. And we do tournaments sponsored by Carl and stuff. And we got some other sponsor interest as well coming in. So look out for us. MP Elite has a new sponsor coming up for Season 2 on the Xbox side. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for giving us a follow and a look. And let us know what you want to talk about next time. I want to get these up at least once a week. I like to make Wednesday the day. Thank you guys for watching.